Black History Month here at St Luke's Woodside is being celebrated online for the first time. It is important to remember we are all equal members of God's kingdom. Therefore, it is fitting as a church to join together in the celebration of the gifts and talents that the Black community brings to all our lives. We want to celebrate the fortitude, the strength and resilience of Black people that have enabled them to achieve remarkable things, in spite of the suppression that still exists in our society. Something to be truly proud of. Our theme is our shared history. And this week, in conversation with Mother Cordella, Joanna will tell us her story and give an insight into what Black History Month means to her. We will also be looking at the two world wars and the contributions made by Black pilots and engineers in the RAF. There is a recital of the poem Black Woman by Tracy, who will explain why this poem is important to her. If you would like to find out more information about any of these topics and find African and Caribbean recipes for you to try at home, go to the St Luke's Woodside Facebook page where you will find links. I hope you enjoy it.
Well, my name is Joanna Brown and I work at an art centre in Brentford. I'm a customer relations representative. And a few of my interests are foreign films. I've been doing art, painting during lockdown, and photography.
Fantastic. I've seen an example of your painting, and
Yes.
I think it's pretty good. So,
Thank you.
well done. How long have you been at St. Luke's?
Regularly for about 4.5 years now. Yeah.
And while here, you do some stuff. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yes. I help out with Young Church once a month, which is really nice. And as you mentioned in the beginning, I've been helping out with the Black History Month preparations.
Fantastic. What does this place mean to you?
St. Luke's is now becoming a place of fellowship for me. It feels more at home and compared to when I first started coming. And I put that down to being able to help out in the church, being asked by yourself and Father Sam to take part in different things. So it's now becoming my home worship, my place of worship.
No, that's brilliant. That's brilliant because I know we haven't said, but I know you regularly read for us as well. So you're on our reading rota, and that's fantastic. You know, it's good to have different voices. This is the first year that St. Luke's has celebrated Black History Month. What does Black History Month mean to you?
For me, it is a look at what we have done in the world. Looking
as in
Black people, looking at what we've done in the past, where we are in the present, and where we could be in the future. So being able to recognize that in a whole month is great, and I'm looking forward to see what we do next month.
And I guess, you know, these celebrations are important to the church, but what do you think about the church's involvement? Why should the church be involved?
I think the church should be involved because they're able to recognize that that Black history is an important thing within the life of the church's congregation. So being able to recognize it and put it forward as something that we're going to celebrate is a good thing. And at this point, it needs to be celebrated and looked upon positively within the church.
Thank you. And I guess when you say at this point, you mean at this point in history where the whole Black Lives Matter and volatility around race. Talking about that, yeah?
Yeah. Don't want to, but it's there.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to talk about it,
no.
but it's our reality
Yeah,
as a people, whole people, not just as Black people.
correct. Yes, yeah.
So what Black role models have influenced you, and how?
So I'd say my parents, first of all, because they influenced a lot of our upbringing and gave us the confidence. I say us, my sister and I, confidence to do the things we do and be able to move on from just your family unit. So they've
I was just going to say, it'd be interesting for you. I'm sure it'd be interesting for those who are hearing this, especially within St. Luke's, to know who your sister is.
Yes. So my sister is Leanne, and she sings in the choir. So you probably recognize her. She's also done the Psalms as well on Sundays. And you may have heard her voice on the online services as well. So yeah, that's my sister. And yeah, for us, I think our parents have been a big influence on our lives and given us the confidence to be able to be in this world with their support and not necessarily with us being in the same country, because I grew up in Barbados and that's where they are and we're here. So yeah, I think they've been my main role models. And outside of them, Nelson Mandela has been a role model. His life has been very interesting, to say the least. And a lot of his words and advice relate back to things we read in the gospel every day. So I think linking the two is really good, and to show that whatever the circumstance, you can get through things and you just need God.
Oh, brilliant. And my final question to you, Joanna, is what advice would you give to your 16-year-old self?
To my 16-year-old self, I'd say just keep going. Don't rush things. Things will happen when they're meant to happen, and always trust in God because He's there for you.
Oh, brilliant. I couldn't think of a better way to end our short time together. Thank you, Joanna.
Here we will share with you the stories of a few of those men and women who came and fought for Britain, starting with those in the Royal Air Force. William Robinson Clark was born in Kingston, Jamaica in 1895. He paid for his own passage to Britain, joining the Royal Flying Corps in July 1915. He originally served as an air mechanic, but in 1917 he finally fulfilled his dream of becoming a pilot and was promoted to sergeant, flying biplanes over Belgium. He was injured on a mission, receiving a bullet in the spine, and was unable to fly again. He worked as a mechanic until he was honourably discharged in 1919, receiving the Silver War Badge. After the war, he returned to Jamaica and became the life president of the Jamaican branch of the Royal Air Force Association. He was the first black pilot to fly for England and died in 1981. Flight Lieutenant Emmanuel Adeni Thomas was born in Lagos, Nigeria in 1915 and was a great admirer of Britain and the British people due to his family history. He is recorded as stating that my great-grandfather was a chieftain. One day his rival betrayed him to a slave dealer. He was put on a ship with 100 other slaves and was soon on his way to America. 10 days out in the Atlantic, his ship was intercepted by one of Her Majesty's ships. The slaves were rescued, and at Freetown, Sierra Leone, my great-grandfather regained his freedom. As a result, Thomas travelled from Nigeria in 1942 and joined the RAF. He became the first black African to qualify as a pilot and the first to be commissioned as an officer. Leading aircraft woman Lillian Bader, née Bailey, was born in Liverpool on the 18th of February 1917. She was orphaned at the age of 9 and brought up in a convent until the age of 20. With the outbreak of war, Lillian worked in the Navy, Army and Air Force institution's canteen, but was forced to leave as she was black. However, the RAF accepted those from a Caribbean background, so she joined the Women's Auxiliary Air Force, training as an instrument repairer, and became the first woman in the Air Force to qualify in this trade. She was posted to RAF Shawbury, where she was promoted to acting corporal. In 1943, she married Ramsey Bader, a black tank driver, and left the WAF when she started a family. She is quoted as saying, "Father served in the First World War. His 3 children served in the Second World War, and his brother was decorated for bravery in Burma. Our son was a helicopter pilot. He served in Northern Ireland. So all in all, I think we've given back more to this country than we've received." Lillian died in 2015. In 2018, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the right for women to vote, she was listed as one of 8 black women who have contributed to the development of Britain by The Voice newspaper.
This is a poem called Black Woman. It's important we recognise the value of the black woman and their contribution, not only in the home, but within our community, the workplace, our church family, sisterhood, and to world success. Black woman with all your might. Black woman, you are truly a beautiful sight. Black woman with your beautiful face, you are definitely a credit to our black race. Black woman, say it aloud. Being black is being proud. Black woman in this unbearable land, stop a minute and take your black brother's hand. Black woman, you are a mother, woman and a friend. Without a black woman, a black man can't win. Black woman, education and respect are your goals. All these are said, but seldom showed. Black woman, be proud of what you are, because it will always take you very far. Black woman, say it loud. Being black is being proud. Black woman, whose 4 parents were once a slave. If you apply yourself, you can have it made. Black woman, you are clean, modest and neat. Believe me, black woman, you cannot be beat. Black woman, always watch what you do. Being black makes everyone else watch you. God made heaven, God made earth. Beautiful black woman, consider yourself what God made first.
Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid tremble.